hey, when it's cold out, maybe you've got a go-to recipe, a stew or a chili that just really warms you right from the inside. Well, I've got something new for you. It's a white chili. It's made with smoked turkey and green chilies. It's warm, it's savory, it's smoky, but it's a little healthier than you think. So you can eat lots of it and, you know, still keep your New Year's resolution. Kind of. First, we're going to make a stock. And you can buy boxed chicken stock, that's fine. But I like to make my own because I buy giant turkey legs. And you don't have to go to the state fair to get these. You can get them at your grocery store. That's what I did. And I'm going to cut some of the meat off and then put the bones in the stock pot. So that way, when you can really build some of that good smoky flavor and a little salt too. So for your stock, if you're going to do this step, what you need is 2 giant turkey legs, 3 stalks of celery, about 4 carrots, yeah, give or take, a couple cloves of garlic, a little salt, just a little salt, black peppercorns, and an onion. It's a white bean recipe. I'd recommend navy beans or maybe big cannellini beans, or there's something called small white beans. But I have my beans soaking right here. If you're going to use dried beans, you cannot skip this step, or otherwise you're going to be cooking your beans forever and they still won't be done. This way we're going to cook them for about 3 hours, and they'll cook up just right with all the good stuff inside. But cutting these turkey legs can be tough. They've got all these like funny membranes and little bones around stuff. Just cut around the best you can. Most of it I'm going to throw into the stock because once we boil it and kind of braise it out, it'll be easier to pull all that meat off. But cut off what you can and then just reserve it, and then we'll put it in the soup later, or chili. All right, all the stuff is chopped up, ready for the stock. Gonna put in with 12 cups of water, and we're gonna cook it off for about 2 hours. Yeah, bring your stock to a boil, keep an eye on it, stir it a little bit, and it's going to boil down to about 10 cups. All you need is really 8, but 10 is what I usually shoot for. Okay, so our stock is done. Ready to drain it out and save those bones because there's meat on there. And now ready for the main event, which is the white chili. Our turkey legs, so that meat we can pick off of there. Now for cooking the chili, I like to use my enameled pot. It's 8 quarts. It's cast iron with enamel. It's really heavy, so don't do this in front. So probably don't do this in front of a camera. But you know, it's got great covers down there for sautéing. And, you know, nice kind of medium low temperature, and it cooks up everything great. I try to use it for as many like slow cook things on the stove as I can. But if you've got a big, you know, metal pot, soup pot, doesn't really matter. Chili pot, it's all going to work. Now for spices, we're going to use a tablespoon of ground cumin, a tablespoon of dried oregano, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Now this seems a little odd, but it really works, and it has a nice kind of rounding flavor in it that you may not say, ooh, this has cinnamon in it, but it really adds something. And then a little bit of, you want a pinch of cayenne, that's great, especially if you're using the canned green chilies. Cayenne will help you add that extra heat. Now these are my Hatch Green Chiles, which I, have in my freezer because I get 25 pounds of them in August, and there's a video about that, or at least there will be, and yes, I do that. I like them because they're smoky, they're a little bit sweet, and they have a nice heat that's kind of a longer, deeper heat than, something like a pop of a jalapeno or a habanero or something. But they really add great flavor to everything. So I highly recommend using Hatch chilies if you can get them, and at least medium. These are hot. But if you're not into heat, or you're just pressed for time, whatever, it's perfectly okay to use something like this. Just canned green chilies. Just get at least 2 cans. The small cans, these are 4 ounces. Get at least 2 of these, maybe 3. Or you can do 2 cans of the green chilies and then maybe 1 can of jalapenos if you want some real heat into it. Totally up to you and your comfort level with heat. And we're sauteing a little olive oil, probably deglaze a little white wine because I've got some white wine. All right, beans are drained out. Now let's get to work. Chop some onions.
Okay, so chopping your onion, make sure you get a good medium dice. Not too big, not too small, but something where you can really saute it good. Make that garlic, make sure you peel it because that takes forever. Heat that oil up. All right, I'm gonna saute that onion in just a little bit, heat it up, make it a little translucent, and then you're gonna put your spices. Ground cumin, mix that around. Dried oregano, and then I just rubbed it in my hands because that's the way my mom did it, but you know. Mix that around, and then cinnamon.
Okay, so make sure we stir in there, kind of heat up everything. You'll smell the cinnamon, you'll smell the cumin, you smell the garlic, you smell the oregano, and that's when you put the chilies in. Chilies are mixed in with the onions and everything, and all the spices. So you mix around just about 3-4 minutes, and then we're going to put the beans and the stock in, and then cook it for 2 to 3 hours. And then the turkey goes in right at the end. Turns out I do have a little white wine. Still good, so I'm gonna put a little in here, deglaze it, just for fun. Or I can drink it. No, let's put it in. Okay, now I don't put salt in at this point. I'll tell you why. Because you're gonna get salt from those smoked turkey legs and from the meat. So you want to wait to the end to balance out the salt. You may need a little more, and that's fine. But don't salt too much at the beginning, because then you might throw off the balance. Okay, ready for the beans to go in, and then the stock, and then we stir, and we let it cook off. It looks watery right now, but don't worry about that, because once the beans cook and they absorb some of that stock, some of that liquid, it's going to be more, it's going to look thicker. It's not going to be like a thick chili unless you want to blend it, which you can. I like the beans whole, that's just me. But if you want to change the texture at the end, go right ahead. Now you're going to garnish this at the end with cilantro. I realize some of you don't like cilantro, so if you don't like cilantro, just look away. But cilantro is filthy, meaning when it comes to the grocery store, it still has dirt all over it. So you don't want to just run it under the sink. You want to soak it. So use a colander, use your salad spinner, use like a bowl, whatever you got. Soak it first, then rinse it, then dry it, and then it's ready. By the way, it only lasts a few days, so maybe a week at the most. But you may have to get more next week if you still have more soup.
Okay, cilantro, make sure you rinse it really well in cold water, and then you're going to soak it. Always put a little bit of salt in there, just to help agitate it, and soak it for 15-20 minutes. Pull it out, rinse it a little bit again, and then either use your salad spinner to dry it out, not totally dry it, but you know. Put it on a paper towel, roll it up, and then it'll store in your fridge for about a week, but no more than that. It tastes great though.
Okay, it's been a couple hours, so more like 3 hours. That's what it took to cook down beans. But now it's time to put in the smoked turkey, mix it all together, taste, final season, eat. By the way, this is all that meat that came off those 2 giant turkey legs. I might have overshot a little bit. One might do you just fine, but I'm putting it all in. Okay, see, now that we got the smoked turkey in it, now it's got a nice color to it, because that pinkness of the smoked turkey makes it look, changes that sort of green-brown thing into something that looks really good. And breathe your eyes as well as your mouth. So we're going to mix this around for about 15 minutes and warm up the turkey, and we're going to check our salt level. And once that's done, we're going to garnish with the cilantro, sour cream, and Monterey Jack cheese. Okay, ready to taste? It's good. I don't think it needs any more salt. Got plenty of salt from the smoked turkey. So I'm going to serve up a bowl. Cilantro, Monterey Jack, sour cream. Okay, time for a bite. A little sour cream. Cilantro. Oh yeah. Do the garnishes with the cheese, the sour cream, and cilantro. Helps balance out some of that heat. And actually balance out some of that salt from the smoked turkey. Really gives it a nice, round, warm flavor. But definitely get those, those Mexican Latin flavors from the cumin and the cinnamon. I can't recommend this stuff enough. I don't even know really where my mom got the recipe. She got it years ago. You can probably find it online. There are shortcuts too. You can use box stock if you want to. You can certainly use the canned green chilies. I don't recommend using the canned beans, but if you have to do that too, you could, and that's almost another show. But anyway, bon appetit, everybody, and we'll see you in the next one. Like, subscribe, join the fun. Bye. Toby, you want to make a video? Toby. Got some droppage for you. Hi, Toby. Oh. Here you go. No, Toby, you ate it. Toby, you ate it. You ate it.